and welcome back to FPL Extra. I'm with my boys Zayy and Gaz. We're back. Gameweek 1 has wrapped up. Boys, how did we all do?
Didn't do too bad this week, to be fair. It was not a bad start for Gameweek 1. I definitely take it. Couple of players let me down last night, the United lads, barring Onana.
Onana.
But yeah, I'll take it. I can't be too disappointed. It was all right. It weren't too bad. How did you get on, Zay? All right?
Yeah, it was all right. I was very satisfied seeing Onana play, even though I didn't have him in my team. I think Onana, the managers that went with Onana, that he's a solid pick. And till the part he's not coming into the midfield and play the ball, I think he's pretty safe at the back, and guys enjoy the points. And as for me, Bruno Fernandes specifically was very disappointing for me. He was disappointing last season, and similar is the case now. And I would like to highlight Martinelli too. Me and Neil were talking about it previously, that he looked pretty isolated in the field. And obviously he was a lot wider than he usually plays. And I think that I'm not very satisfied with Martinelli as of now. And I think that there are many better options at that price range, like Madison and Bowen, to go for. Other than that, my team did all right. Chilwell was among the attacking returns that I actually enjoyed. And yeah.
What a hero, man.
Yeah.
What a hero, innit? Bloody hell.
Would have had a hat-trick that day. So 74 points for me. Gaz is currently on the top, and Neil, you're on the second, right?
I've got 76. I think we're only about 5 or 6 points between each other, I think Gaz is in the lead. Yeah, just kind of echoing what you said, Zay. I watched the United game, and I don't know, man. Bruno just, the midfield just looked non-existent, absolutely non-existent. And even Rashford, just again, nothing at the moment. It could just be.
I've been chatting to some United boys, fans and whatnot, and I've obviously watched the game myself. And I feel like, obviously with Bruno, I feel like he had to keep coming really deep to pick the ball up to try and create things.
Yeah.
Which didn't really help. I felt like all the midfield was basically it just looked like they'd run ragged.
Yeah.
It's like they've played 40 games already this season.
Yeah, they look tired, man.
Especially Mason Mount, bro. What do you think about him?
Not really happening, is it, at the moment? He's not happening. But I'll tell you who I was impressed with was Wan-Bissaka. I thought he did all right.
Yeah, Gaz, you could have gone for it, bro.
Do you know what? For everyone, we did the punty punts last season, and already we've said a few things on Twitter Spaces, and I said Rodrigo, and I got laughed at the other day on Champs' live stream, Gaz. Me and Gaz joined in on Champs' live stream the other day. I said Rodrigo and done the biz. You said Wan-Bissaka. It's we've all got to take our punty punts into our team this season, man. But yeah, just a bit of an odd one, really. 76, I'm happy with that. Anything over 70, I guess, and it's only game week 1.
I think Rashford as well, obviously 9 million is quite a lot of money. It's quite expensive. But I feel like he struggles down the centre of the park when he's playing as that striker role. I think he needs to be obviously on the left-hand side. So yeah, those Bruno and Rashford, I don't want to knee-jerk or anything, but could get to the point in the next couple of weeks where I may move one of them on. Maybe just stick with one of them, but
so this season, what we're going to do, me and Neil were talking about it. Gaz, you probably would agree with that. Last season, we were too hesitant in removing players that were not playing good. We dragged them for 4 or 5 weeks. So this season, we've decided we're going to kick them out as soon as they start failing.
Yeah.
Get out!
They're getting one or two chances, mate, and then they're gone.
Mate, that's it. Now I've got to pull the double barrel shotgun on them all, man. But yeah, I don't know.
So lads, anyway, looking at our team from this week, we had obviously the joint FPL Extra team that we chose between us. We didn't do too bad, really. We got our average points pretty much 76, similar to most of us what we got.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. We've had an injury obviously already for Tyrone Mings, so we're gonna obviously try and address that situation. Most of the players that actually played returned some kind of points, apart from obviously Bruno and
Gabriel.
Bruno and what was the other one? Rashford. Sorry, yeah, Gabriel. Well, the rest of them didn't do too bad, so we're not in a bad position really.
One thing I would like to highlight here is that we went for John Stone, a very differential goalkeeper.
Did all right, Jonathan, man. Yeah, did all right.
6 points for us with the ones that went for Pickford, and he only returned 2.
What Leno smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, Mark season as well, didn't he, Leno?
He was only 20 points behind, I think, David Raya at the end. I think there was only about 20 points difference. But he got lucky, you know, some really poor finishing. But granted, the amount of saves the guy was pulling out was just unreal. So, yeah, good luck to all those that got him.
I mean, Neil, obviously going forward, what do you think about this Gabriel situation?
I don't know what's going on, man. At first off, everyone thought it was an injury, and then it turns out it's tactical. But the fact that Tomiyasu come on, you would have put your house on Gabriel to come on. So I don't know what's going on there. I've not had anything else behind the scenes. If there's any Arsenal other fans watching and they know some more bits, do let us know. But at the moment,
did he not play three at the back though? Did he go for like three centre backs and then obviously like a left wing and a right wing?
Yeah, and you got bloody Partey out of position as well.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? You know, that was a bit of an odd one.
So now just giving you the Harry Maguire news. He's not going away to West Ham. And the reason is he thinks that he'll get many more opportunities at United.
I feel like that may still go ahead, you know, Zay. I feel like they did the same thing. They did the same thing with Ward-Prowse. They said it was dead and buried kind of thing.
It's done now, isn't it? Yeah, it's done in.
And then that was done deal. So I wouldn't think too much into that. I feel like he might end up going at some point.
Yeah, definitely. So talking about West Ham, what do you guys think about Bowen? Is it the right time to get rid of Bruno Fernandes and go for Bowen? Or add James Maddison to that list? This is the hot transfer pick.
What? Maddison looked all right. He did look all right. However, the second assist was a bit fortunate. But if you think about it, who's he got to aim for? Richarlison can't score for shit. and then Son's not the same player as he was a couple of years ago. It's like completely and utterly like gone the other way. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Maddison will definitely get some chances, and you know, whoever's fortunate enough to get on the end of the crosses, yeah, he might get some assists here and there. But I mean, I think given he got 2 assists, suddenly he's like flavour. Do you know what I mean? Everyone wants him now, and he's like probably one of the top picks in. I'll probably wait, but Jared Bowen is essentially a striker, really, isn't he? If you think about it, he's very direct. Antonio and Ings, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. So, what did you guys suggest to the managers that were asking about either Maddison or Bowen?
I know people are going to say Maddison, man, but me personally, I'd kind of lean towards Jared Bowen.
What about you, Guess?
I mean, to be fair, obviously, like Bowen, he's playing out of position, isn't he? But I feel like he's got a few tough fixtures coming up.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those. I mean, the fixtures favour Maddison over Bowen, so it's a tough call, really. Yeah, Maddison stung me a few times as well last season, so I'm like,
well, fixtures, man. I mean, look at Aston Villa. You know, you wouldn't expect that kind of result. Newcastle just went absolutely to town.
Yeah.
And then Newcastle and City next. So again, you know, you'd expect.
Isaac was on fire that day.
Yeah, you know what? The stuff he was doing, man. Even that finish, that little chip was pretty outrageous. You know.
What worries me with Newcastle players though, and obviously they smashed the first game. When this European game starts kicking in, I feel like there's going to be a lot of rotation. Yeah. You know, like Isaac's going to be playing a few, Wilson's going to be playing a few. There's going to be...
I mean, Barnsley didn't even start; he come off the bench. Like playing Gordon. Yeah. So there is an element of risk there.
We've got enough with that Man City, mate. I don't know with Eddie Howe as well.
Bloody poor KDB, man. I feel for the guy. Was it 3-4 months out now?
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of bad injuries.
It is confirmed he's out for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Next year, probably by the looks of it. January, maybe you might see him again.
That's it.
And going back to the Arsenal backline, even Timber, I need some confirmation there, because for anyone that's holding Gabriel at the moment, you know, wouldn't it just be funny that everyone ships him, you know, Timber's out, and then Gabriel goes and scores against a clean sheet or whatever? It'd just be that typical FPL scenario. That's what happened with Saliba, wasn't it? Like, I think we all tried lastminute.com to get Saliba in, and then goes and gets an assist.
That's it, yeah. I think Gabriel's a hold for me. I mean,
I think so.
At least the next game, maybe one after that, if nothing changes, then gone, obviously. But I mean, I see a lot of people have obviously like gone straight in for Chilwell, haven't they? Which is understandable because
yeah,
practically
he was
he was like a left winger, wasn't
he?
Yeah.
probably was playing as a striker a couple of times where he could have scored 2 goals.
Yeah, one offside.
Yeah. So what with Gabriel, what I've been thinking with Gabriel, what we could do is let him play the 2 fixtures, next 2 fixtures, and when the tough one starts, you can definitely downgrade him to Colville and double up on Chelsea's defense. I think there are clean sheets in there.
Man, I got both already, baby.
You're ahead of the Matrix, bro.
Oh man, Colville looked all right, and Disassi looked all right as well. I've got to say, Chelsea as a whole, geez, I was impressed. I thought, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it'd just be one-way traffic. But I tell you who really caught my eye, and he's dirt cheap. I think he's only 5 mil. Is Enzo. Enzo looked decent.
Yeah, he did definitely.
Enzo looked decent. All the little shimmies, all the little spraying the ball around. I mean, what's insane is they've got Caicedo, which is just stupendous money. They've activated Elise's release clause.
Yeah.
Lavia coming from Southampton. What the hell? How are they going to play?
Is an attacking mid, right? He plays that camp.
More deep, man. I don't know. Well, I think it might be listed as a CDM. I'm thinking, but again, does that mean that Enzo goes forward? And if he does, bloody hell, you've got yourself a new Lundstrom.
They didn't know they could only play 11 players.
That's what I mean. What are they going to do with all these players? How are they going to guarantee him game time?
They'll probably send him out to loans or probably sell him for money like the way Brighton does.
Absolutely.
They made so many, brilliant signings. And obviously they costed them money. So they're going to, adjust that FPP somehow, make that money wide to sell some of these players, or selling some of these players. So yeah, that is. Yep.
Squad, would reckon transfer plans for us as the FPL Extra squad. What are we thinking, boys?
So yeah, I mean the squad there. Who would we go in goal this week? Obviously we've got Johnson, who's got Arsenal, and then Turner's got Sheffield United.
Turner. Yeah, Turner. Yeah. He wasn't as bad. I mean, look, all right, he conceded some goals and whatever, but it wasn't like a complete and utter shower. Do you know what I mean? To concede 2 and walk away isn't that bad, in the scheme of things. So, and he made a couple of good saves. So against Sheffield United, I think it makes sense to start with him. The only concern we've really got, I guess, is probably Mings. Mings is out for a little while. What's going on with this season, man? It's like Mings, KDB, Timber, Militao for Real Madrid. Courtois done it. Emi Pontia.
Hoyland for Man United, the new signing, that the wonder kid.
Well, what's he done? He's all right, though, and it's just his back.
He's injured. I think he'll be out for some months.
Is it? Is he not going to be playing the game soon?
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think he'll be in the next few weeks. But I don't know. Apparently, it looked a bit worse than what had been said. Apparently, so.
Also, Real Madrid signed that wonder kid Arda Güler from.
From Fener, isn't it?
Yeah, he's also injured for 6 months or 7 months. I don't know.
They just signed him a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there was some problem with him. They got some scans, and I think he'll be out for 5 or 6, probably 6 months, a longer period of time. Some knee injury.
What do you reckon, then, boys? Probably Mings is the only kind of concern really at the moment.
Yeah, I mean we're probably going to start Gabriel, Shaw, and Estepinian. Obviously, we've got that Baldock on the bench just in case.
Yeah,
Gabriel doesn't come on. He's only got Nottingham Forest, so. And then obviously, the midfield pretty much again picks itself, same as last week.
Yeah.
Rashford and Bruno have got Tottenham away. Don't think that's going to be an easy game for us.
I think there'll be goals in there. Spurs look defensively shite at the moment.
Yeah, they're pretty open.
And it just takes, all it will take is Bruno to open the floodgates and Rashford to follow, and that's it. Everyone's going to be thinking, let's get him back in.
I feel like it's more like a Bruno kind of a game, that, because obviously Tottenham will attack, which will leave space for him going forward.
Yeah.
Whereas with Wolves, it was quite a low block and it's quite defensive.
Man, how many players did they have behind the ball? It was ridiculous. I was getting so annoyed yesterday. It's like, come on, score. And then, who was it yesterday? I think it was Friday. One of the boys was tweeting and he put eyes. And I thought, what's he putting eyes for? Because I'd stopped watching that point and it said pen on, possible to check in. And I was like, oh my God, so late in the game. So I was a bit salty yesterday, admittedly. Salty.
Yeah, we got Mitoma. Didn't do too bad either, did he, Mitoma? It was a close one last week between was it Mboma? Mboma. Yeah, so it was either went with Mitoma anyway, and obviously
Yeah.
he got some return.
Yeah. So as for Mings, what do you say, guys? If we're not bringing in a player to include it in our field, I don't think there is any chance we're gonna get rid of Mings this week.
Do you reckon we'll probably hold him? We will lose 0.1, there's no doubt. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them. We could make the move now and just take him out, bring someone in. Obviously, because we've got 0.5 in the bank as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've got 5 million there, maybe just to bring someone in. If you wanted to jump ahead and do that, I feel sometimes as well though, like 2 free transfers in game week 3. You don't know what's going to happen in game week 2. It could be all sorts. You know what I mean? Haaland might get injured. Shaw might get injured. Oh, it's just one of them. So I don't know. Whatever you lads think, what do you reckon? Do you think we should make the move now and save the 0.1 or?
I think I'm with you on this one. I think we'll hold and go with 2 free transfers.
probably hold. Because even if we did switch him out, who are we going to drop out of the first 11? Do you know what I mean? It's like the team pretty much picks itself anyway.
Whenever we bring him, we're going to bench. So there is no use to waste our transfer.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if the bench was like next to nothing, but obviously having that Baldock there, I feel like he can cover Gabriel if he doesn't play. I think the rest of them all start.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should be good for this week. And then obviously 2 free transfers into next week. We're going to jump onto that next section now with the questions on Twitter.
Yep.
Let me just fire them up here somewhere. I've got them somewhere.
Quite a few. What about Guts? Should we start with Guts? FPL Steve. So he's saying, would you attack the great fixture this week? Everton home for a player you think is going to be a great asset long-term, DRB, even if it was going to give you a benching headache most weeks from game week 3? Or do you just keep a solid 11 and 1-2 playing subs and have an easy call each week?
I feel like I'd attack the game week. Mate.
I would. DRB looked all right.
Yeah. I feel like, even with a benching headache, I'd bring it on. I feel like there'll be a bit of rotation, players getting dropped. We would have thought Gabriel's going to get dropped. So you just don't know what's going to happen. So I feel like having a decent bench is important anyway. So personally, for me, I think I'd attack the game week. We're not messing around this season, are we, lads? We're just going for it.
No. Do you know what it is? It's just go straight in, man.
What do you reckon, Zay? Yes or no for the attacking or non-attacking?
I think it is better to attack, and I'll be the yes side.
Nice. Who's next up, guys?
We have got Barbino, the legend himself, John. He's put, do I captain Salah or Haaland?
The midfield for me.
Midfield. Even if it's Newcastle, don't matter.
The thing is, though, I know from speaking to him that he brought Salah in, obviously at the start, and obviously, they've got Bournemouth, and a lot of people have if you're going to bring Salah in, you're going to have him in your team from day one. You should captain him in that game, surely.
Thing is, there's a lot of talk going around. You know, he's quite petulant towards the end, ripping off his straps and stuff.
What happened there? I actually missed that part.
He got subbed off around the 70 whatever minute, late 70s. And he really didn't like it. But I was surprised, man. I couldn't believe he got subbed off, which is quite a surprising thing. So does that petulance have something more in there? Do you know what I mean? Is there something that we're reading into too much? Maybe. Me personally, he should start. I don't think there's a reason why he shouldn't. But
Klopp could punish him for that discipline stuff.
You never know, man. Strange things happen. Do you know what I mean? You can see Liverpool's hunt. And it's not as if they'd miss him. Diaz, Nunes could come in and place a Salah and they'd just jig the team around. Do you know what I mean?
Thing is, though, you're paying 12.5 million for a player in your team that you're not going to captain. Is there any point in having him?
Definitely there's no point of having him.
He did look really, really good, though, last game, didn't he? He looked like he could have scored a hat-trick, so...
That, the offside goal, I was a bit nervous about that. Do you know that? It looked a bit like it could have been really close.
It's that throw, wasn't it? Just like...
It's literally millimeters into it, and he could have had a goal and assist and definitely 3 bonus.
Yeah.
But thing is, Haaland's not even firing on full speed, man. The guy just banged in 2 goals.
I was surprised by that, man. That was the first touch of his game, and brother just netted that one in.
Yeah.
That is what he can do, to be honest. I wouldn't go against Haaland at this stage.
Yeah, so we got 3. Is that 3 for Haaland then, yeah?
Yeah, I got Haaland, man. SP's putting who to start, Onana or Turner?
See, I'm in exactly the same boat as SP. I have both of them. But yeah, I think for me personally, I can't really drop Onana after 9 points. So yes, it's pretty straightforward for me that I'm going to go Onana, I think.
Zayy?
Even though I do feel like they will concede United, but I feel like he might get quite a lot of save points.
Save points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 million keeper, I wouldn't recommend benching him for Turner. Where obviously we know that Turner will end up losing the clean sheet. Nottingham Forest are going to concede. With United, obviously there is a slight probability of a clean sheet that we might see.
Come on, Madison.
The next one we've got is Claire FPL. She's put start Diaby this week versus Everton, but it means benching Eze versus AFC or Jackson versus West Ham.
Ooh, I see that.
I'd say start Diaby versus Everton.
I'd start Diaby, yeah.
I'd start Jackson against West Ham, me. So we're on 2-1 there.
Yeah, so start Diaby this week. Okay, that's fine. But bench Eze v Bournemouth or Jackson. I'd bench Eze and play Diaby and start Jackson.
Yeah, that's it. So basically, she's got start Diaby this week versus Everton, or it basically means she has to bench Eze or Jackson. Yeah. So she's got to bench one of Eze or Jackson.
Jackson starts against West Ham for me.
Yeah.
So Areola looks dodge. This Areola is at PSG, right? That's the guy, right?
Yeah, I think he's a similar guy. I think he's French, he's a similar guy.
We got one from Lewis.
I'd like to add one thing here, Neil. Guys, if you're looking at the questions like we're talking about it, you can let us know your views in the comments below. Definitely let us know the answers, that what are you thinking, and you can answer Claire FPL too. That who would you fancy, either start Diaby versus Everton, go with benching Jackson, or start him? So yeah, let us know in the comments below. Carry on, Neil.
Yes, bro. So Lewis is saying, number 1, take a -4 hit due to injuries or risk losing 0.1 in value. So that's number 1. Number 2, do we captain Salah after his little strop? Ooh, someone else is picking up on the stropness. And number 3, do ants go to discos? Let's start with number 3.
I'd like to clarify that number 3. Yeah, ants do go to discos.
Take no. Come on. All right, so ants do go to discos. Do we captain Salah after his little strop?
I think we've just answered that though. I mean, we've got Haaland and Salah. If you've got Haaland and Salah, you've captained Haaland. Yep.
Lewis, it's Haaland, and take a -4 due to injuries or risk losing.
I wouldn't recommend taking a -4 at this stage. Just nip that 0.1.
Oh, we're losing the 0.1 on Mings probably. So yeah.
Follow the FPL Extra boys, and
the advice.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Guys, next one.
We just got one more there that I can see, which is from Olmo, and she has put, do you think Spurs are better to invest in Man U? Sorry, do you think Spurs are better to invest in the Man U? I'm thinking of going Rashi to Mad.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a bit controversial. Bloody hell.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
That's ballsy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do it either. I think I'd hold them United players for another week or 2 yet.
You got first after Spurs, right? I think. Yeah. Definitely give it a couple of games.
Probably just use that game, United versus Spurs. I'd use that game to decide between the two of them. Whoever looks better in that game. Yeah. I think, and then obviously the fixtures after that are not too bad for Madison. Obviously United's got Nottingham Forest, I think. So yeah, probably just use that game. But I don't think I'd do it now.
Yeah.
Lads, should we have a quick look at the top transfers in and out?
Yeah,
just a thing while you're looking at them, Neil, as well. I'd just like to say, obviously, like we've picked these teams from game week 1. We've picked them for not just game week 1. Like we've picked them thinking, right, for the next 2-3 weeks, these are the teams. And I think if you just have one bad week like we've just had of like a few players not doing very well, I think you shouldn't knee-jerk straight away. Give those players a chance.
Yep.
And not only that, 76 or whatever it is, it's only game week 1. It's no big deal. And don't even look at overalls and ranks and all that other crap, because it doesn't mean anything. Because next week you could have an absolute stonker of a game week, and the person that you're competing against could have just done average, and you just balance out anyway. And then in the end, you're just like, It's inconsequential at the moment, so I wouldn't worry too much about that at this stage.
I think like people's ranking overalls and stuff, they're not even that important until probably like game week 9, 10, 11, whatever. Like,
yeah,
you could like, I think at the minute we're like, I think I was 350 something K or whatever, but I mean, at like 1 point difference, and you was like 500K or something. That
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like this one, that our team was 76 points. I think at my own personal team was 83, and we're 1.4 million for our extra team. But it doesn't mean anything, that rank for the minute.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
So squadron, top players in. So keepers, Onana and Leno. Burnt Leno's done all right. 76,000 for Burnt Leno. Defenders, we've got Chilwell. Understandably, the guy is an absolute machine. Saliba's next. Estepinian is third. Estepinian did really well, man. That late in an assist as well. Ake, James, Disasi, Akanji, Botman. Botman got an assist, but he got a yellow card. Not a bad thing. And then Anderson, that long-range bullet. And then who got was it a goal that was disallowed or not? I can't remember. Was it Ayew? I can't remember who it was. But I think he picked up an assist, I think.
I think it was Edward who scored.
Was it Edward, yeah? Midfielders, Saka number 1. Rodri, Madders, Luis Diaz. Diaz looked all right, to be fair.
Yeah.
Mbumo. And then Rashi. Diaby's on 106,000. Diaby looks good.
He does.
We're saying it here, squadron. And up front is man like Isak. He's already gone up by 0.1 already. So he's already on 355,000 at the time of this recording. Joao Pedro is 157k in. Haaland, Eddie Nketiah, Watkins. There is one interesting thing I gotta say. I think Watkins might be the top striker out. Let's have a quick look. So top picks out: Ramsdale, David Raya, John Stones, Mings, Gabriel, Timber. Then we've got De Bruyne, Eze. Imagine that, Eze, second top pick out from midfield, considering everyone was raving about him pre-season. How fickle, what's going on? Odegaard, third one out. Rashford, fourth one out. Rashford. That's just mental, isn't it? And then, you've got...
already done with him.
Yeah, and then top strikers out. Darwin, Watkins. 88,000 people have dropped Watkins. Callum Wilson. Didn't Wilson get like 2 assists? Or no, he scored, right? And he got an assist. Yeah. So, oh no, he only got a goal. Okay, so 22 minutes and he got 5 points. Nothing wrong with that. Jesus, and then fifth is a surprising one, is Jackson. How?
Yeah.
How?
Some crazy transfers, man.
Imagine this. Jackson's probably going to be one of the most top strikers in for Gameweek 3, right? Against Luton.
Yeah, it's mad.
And yet he's out. So
people are not messing around, this season. They're just going all in.
Yeah. I want to ask you boys something. If you could pick a player right now that you want in, like, who would it be? Any position.
Henry for me.
Any player, any position that you're desperate to get in.
Yeah.
I think with that Kevin De Bruyne news, I'd like to take a punt on Alvarez. I'm not sure though, but I mean, other than him, probably Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, Neil?
Hard one, man. I'd probably say Diaby was quite interesting. Jackson, even though he didn't score, I was saying this to Zayy earlier, he ran them a bit ragged, man. Konate and Van Dijk. And if he had different shoes on, he might have scored a hat-trick. You know what I mean? He looked pretty lethal. So I'd probably say Jackson and Diaby are my two at this moment.
That's definitely on the watch list, some of them players. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, people, if you have any questions or comments or anything, then pop them down in the section below. And then obviously get to us on Twitter. You should know us all by now. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much concluding the video for this week, lads. Anything else you want to add?
Don't be hasty. Don't worry about this game week. If you've had points that you think aren't that great. I've seen people moaning in their 70s, and I'm thinking, bloody hell, I've got 76 and I'm all right with that. I think for a start, anything around that mark is fine. Even if it's not, it doesn't matter. You know, one game week doesn't define your whole season. And yeah, it might alter your mood. It might annoy you to see other people doing a bit better, but don't worry about it, man. It's like 15, 20 points, 30 points difference, whatever it is. It's no big deal. So don't worry about it and enjoy. And we're all here for you guys. If you're feeling like,
I feel like the Twitter, the FPL Twitter thing. I think if you're averaging, I think it's between like 70 and 85 points, isn't it? I see loads of teams and like different people, and they pretty much average between 70 and 85 points. So, I mean, wouldn't worry too much about it yet. It's only the first game. We've got another 37 to go.
That's it. But yeah, and also just one more as well. If put in the comments who you lot are looking at as well. Like, so whoever's watching, please comment on players that you like the look of. Any differentials that we're not looking at. Anyone that you think might smash it. You know, I'm saying Enzo as my little punty punt. I think he's someone that is going to become flavour of the month pretty soon. Yeah, and just let us know what you're thinking, really, guys. Zay?
Yeah, for me, I'd copy what you said, and I'd like to add that do not worry about the rank at this stage. It will take proper 5 to 6 game weeks to properly shape your rank, or probably more than that. So just don't worry about the rank, play your game. Don't be influenced by the Twitter bandwagons, because there will be many. We've talked about one right now that was, the James Madison. Look at the fixtures and stuff before deciding, and do not alter your team and your plans for anyone that is the hot pick, because me and Neil and Gaz have suffered a lot from that last season. So yeah, this will be what all my views would be for the concluding things.
Happy days.
I'll throw something out there from Matt. What's that? Got to get him to do that for us, Gaz.
Yeah, we need to jump on another space as well soon, lads. Maybe after the next game week or something.
Yeah, let's do that. Definitely do that.
So yeah, guys, wind it up.
I apologise for my face looking very red. I don't know what's going on here. I think it's my camera's not great. I'm looking at the
You've been out in the sun, mate. No suntan.
What's going on? I mean, I might have to get a new webcam possibly, but yeah. So we appreciate all the comments, the likes, the retweets again. Obviously, every little helps. Do please subscribe if you do like what you see. And obviously, you can contact us on Twitter. You know the Twitter handles. We're on there most days. And hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.